Now where we are slightly closer to the actual border. So this is the Beitbridge where cars are able to weigh the amount of luggage that they actually have. And so we're also seeing, like I said earlier, that there are a lot of people that are actually moving on foot into the border, into Zimbabwe, and you know that this particular bridge, this particular border actually leads into Zimbabwe. We've seen a lot of people that will be traveling to Zimbabwe this festive season. And I'm with Max this afternoon to do, and you can clearly tell, you know, that it does move somewhat. And, you know, people are making their way. As you can see, people have got their luggage on their heads, making their way towards the border. We are now about another 3 kilometers or so to the actual border, and you can see people also coming out of the border, making their way through, you know, back into Limpopo and into South Africa. So, you know, a lot of people really just hoping that they'll be able to make it in time. You know, having some conversations with them, they said that it is quite a long walk for them to get to the border. Also a very long wait and a drive, you know, especially in the heat of Musina here in Limpopo, and that is the one thing that people will definitely need to be thinking about as they walk through to the actual border and make their way through. We are currently sitting here in Musina on about 32 degrees Celsius, so it is quite a hot day, but you know, people are really optimistic. It is the festive season and really looking forward to being able to spend time with their family. And you know, the police are here really just trying to ensure that they keep law and order intact here. And we are told as well that although it does seem like there is a lot of traffic, it is worse at the border, but also, you know, it's better than what it has been in some of the other years, which would then also tell you about, you know, things like COVID-19, where people perhaps do not have the finances to actually, you know, make their way through home at this particular time. But I'd like to bring in from the Limpopo Traffic Police, Ntakeni Mukondoleli. Ntakeni, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. So we do know that this is, you know, a very busy time for you. How are you ensuring that you are able to control the traffic?
Thanks very much, and then good afternoon to the listeners. And then to ensure the traffic, we are making sure that we have deployed law enforcement officers, we have deployed traffic officers, the National Traffic Police officers, the SAPS, and also the SNDF. They are also assisting. And then what are we doing? We are monitoring to make sure that we don't have traffic that is going to start on our road. Like, for example, now we have got the NP, the National Traffic Police, that are passing now. They are escorting the truck to the border in order that these trucks must not cause traffic. It is also assisting us a lot. I think we are managing the traffic here, and then the traffic now is moving. It's not like any other years where now we can have a traffic that is stuck. At this present moment, our traffic is moving very smoothly. Thanks very much.
Tell me about, you know, the issue of people actually coming in from Gauteng, you know, people making their way from Gauteng into Limpopo at this particular time. We do know that it would then mean that there is a lot of congestion, especially at the toll gates.
Yes, people that are really flocking from Gauteng and other provinces to Limpopo, because Limpopo is the one of the provinces which is next to the border. And then most of the people now, they are going home because it's a festive season. At our toll gates, the traffic volume is very high, but we are trying by all means to ease up the traffic by sending our traffic officers. They are monitoring that traffic volume at our toll gates and even at our Beitbridge.
Now, I mean, what happens then to those that actually break the rules of the law? There was an Mzansi bus that actually was driving last night on our way here. It drove past, really overtaking about 5 or 6 cars on a barrier line, a double barrier line. What happens to buses and really vehicles and motorists that actually disobey the law in that way?
Thanks very much for that one. I think what was happening is that is an attitude of a person. But as a law enforcement officers, we are making sure that we arrest all those people that are driving recklessly, because we are monitoring them. We deploy all our officers 24/7. What they are doing, they are monitoring the road 24/7. The N1 road is one of our critical roads. And then if they are overtaking because of their behavior, but we are not tolerating such a behavior. We are begging those that are doing that they must refrain from doing such a behavior in order that we need to save the life in our road.
And just a message then to those making their way through to Zimbabwe and into Limpopo, even from other provinces.
To those ones that are on the road, we are, as a department, we are saying that drive safely, make sure that you comply with the speed, and make sure that you comply with all the road traffic sign. And if there is a traffic, make sure that you are not overtaking all those traffic. And then what I can say is that on behalf of the MEC and on behalf of the head of the department, our chief director, we are saying that arrive alive, make sure that you drive safely on our road in order that we save life, because we have got a problem of pedestrian, and the pedestrian must also take care of the vehicle when they are crossing the road. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. That is Ntakeni Mukondoreri, to really just giving us details about what we are seeing here. I mean, it is much more calmer where we are standing at the moment compared to where we were earlier. But Ntakeni has actually told us that it is even busier at the border. So we'll give that visual definitely to the Newzroom Afrika viewer to be able to see what we are then expecting at that border post as people make their way through to Zimbabwe.